Okay, pie chart means it is the graphical representation or it is circular representation of the given data, given information that should be converted, or every data must be converted into the angles, because a circle contains 360 degrees, and the circle should be divided into several sectors with the different angles at the center, so that each angle will represent the data of the several items. Like for example, let's do one example for this, like the monthly budget of a family of a family is given below. The items are: food is rupees 2100. Similarly, there is clothing, and clothing is for rupees 3300. Miscellaneous, it is rupees 2250, and saving, it is for 3150. These are the four items. These are the four items that should be represented in a pie chart. So the steps for representing this in the pie chart involves, the first step will be finding the total, finding total of given data. That means we have here four information like food, clothing, miscellaneous, and saving. So what will be the total of these all items? We need to find out at first that total value, means we will add all these, and then after this we need to convert these values into degrees. We need to find out the number of degrees represented by all these values. Okay? And the process of converting the values into degree is that particular value is divided by total, and then we will multiply it by 360 degrees. Like when we convert into percentage, then we divide that value divide by total into 100%. In the same way, if we need to convert into degrees, then we need to multiply it by 360 degrees, because we are going to represent it in a pie chart, means in a circle. A circle contains 360 degrees in total. So that is why we need to multiply this with 360 degrees. Now after this we will draw a circle. The third step is, after finding all the number of degrees of all items, we need to construct a circle, and then a radius will act as the reference line from which the angles are constructed, and then we will construct the sectors with the particular angles that we found here in this step 2. So this is the way, and after finding all the sectors of all items, we will provide each sector with the different indices, like somewhere we will use asterisks, or somewhere we will use the straight lines. It's given, it will be used just to identify that clearly as which topic does that particular sector will represent. So for that only we will provide the several symbols, and at last we have to define that symbols also, whether that symbol will represent these different items. Okay, now we will follow the same steps. Here at first we will find out the total equals to 2100, and for clothing it is 3300. For miscellaneous it is how much? 22 and 50, and saving it is 31 and 50. Okay, can you add this all? How much will be total? how much will be the total of this? Can you add?
$10,800.
10,800. Okay, 10,800 is the total. Now after this, let's go into second step, convert values into degrees. Now number of degrees of food equals, what's the value, what is the budget of food? It's 2100 over total is 10,800, right, times 360 degrees. Now how much it will be? 2100 into 360 divided by 10,800, it will be 70 degrees, right? Calculate you also, calculate yourself also, so that there will not be any mistakes or you will understand it clearly. Now next is number of degrees of clothing. Okay, what is the budget of clothing? It is 3,300 over 10,800 times 360. Now these two zeros will get cancelled. Now it becomes how much? 33 times 360 divided by 108. It is 110 degrees. 110 degrees. Similarly, number of miscellaneous number of degrees of miscellaneous, number of degrees of miscellaneous equals to, budget is 2250 over 10,800 times 360. How much will come now? Okay, 2250 into 360 divided by 10,800. We can do it like this. It is 75 degrees. And finally, we need to find out the number of degrees of saving. Number of degrees of saving. What is the budget of saving? 3,150. 3,150 over 10,800 times 360. Okay, it will be how much? 3,150 times 360 over 10,800. We'll get 105 degrees. Okay, we got the number of degrees of all these four items. Now if we add all these angles, we'll get 360 degrees. Hey, if we add 70, 110, 75 and 105, we'll get 360. You can verify it. 70 plus 110 becomes 180. Similarly, 75 and 105, the sum becomes 180. 180 times 2 is 360. Okay, the sum is always 360 of these all angles that we found. Now after this, we'll move on to this third topic, third step. The third step is making a circle, and after that we'll make a radius that act as the reference line to construct the angles. Okay, let's do that. Let's construct a straight line. Let's construct a straight line. Okay, let's construct a circle, not a straight line. Circle, and after this we'll construct a radius like this. This is radius. The radius, it acts as the reference line for constructing the angles. Now after this, we'll construct the angles by using protractor. I think you all can construct the angles. Do you have any problem on making angles by using protractor?
No, sir.
Okay, we have to construct this 70 degrees at first, right? 70 degrees. The first number of degrees of the first item is 70. That means we have to place the protector like this, like this. We have to coincide the line or baseline of the protector with this line, with this radius. The center line will lie here at this point. Then we need to count 70 from here, like 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, like this, and then we will construct like this. This is 70 degrees. Okay, did you get this, or do you have any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, we'll construct the angle like this, Aida. Okay, so this one is 70 degrees. This is 70. Now, what is the second? What is the angle of second item? It is 110, right? It is 110 degrees. Now, for 110 degrees, we need to place the protector like this, in this way, in this direction. Means this line should coincide the baseline of the protector also. Okay? This line should coincide with the baseline of protector like this. And then after this, we'll count 110 starting from here. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 10, 90 after 100, and then 110 like this. Okay. So, then we will draw like this, a straight line, and this will be 110 degrees. Okay, in this way we will construct. Okay, so now this will be 110 degrees. Now after this, again we need to construct the angle for third item. It is 75 degrees. Now let's construct for 75 degrees. 75 degrees. So the process is same. We need to place the protector like this. This should be the middle part of the protector, and the line should coincide with the baseline of the protector, and starting from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. Then this should be line of 75 degrees. Okay. This way we will construct the 75 degree. Okay, let's say this one as the 75 degrees. Okay, this is 75 degrees, and there is last value, the number of degrees of last one is 105 degrees, and it automatically will form 105 degrees here. This is 105 degrees. Okay, it's not necessary, the final value, final number of degrees is not necessary to construct, it automatically becomes that value, this last one. Now this is the pie chart. We have constructed the pie chart. Now only one thing remained is to give the symbols for each sector. This part is called as sector. Eh? The shape of the circle, which is like this, this part is called as sector. It's called as sector. Sector is the region enclosed by two radii of the circle. Okay. This is one circle. If this two radii encloses this part, this region, the region is called as sector. This is sector. This is called as central angle, and all the angle that we measured here are central angle. We measured central angle in all those. Okay. Now let's give the symbols, that is just for representation, so that it will be easily identified. Okay. Okay, so let's give it as cross as the symbol of this. And similarly, let's give tick marks, and this one waves. Similarly, these small circles like this. And these are the different symbols that we used for these various items. Now after this, we have to write the index. Finally, we'll give index here. Index. Now in all this index, we will give the symbols. Okay, there are how many? 4. So let's make 4 boxes. Okay, 4 boxes, and the first one, this 70 degrees, here we gave tick marks. This, sorry, tick marks. Similarly, second is 110 cross marks. The third one is circles, and the fourth one is waves. Now we'll write the which item for which item this type of these symbols are used. So the first 70 degrees is for food, so we can name it as food. The first item is food. Similarly, the second one, this cross 110 degrees, is of clothing, so that is why we'll write here clothing. Similarly, the third one is 75 and it is for miscellaneous. Budget. Next is for saving. 105 degrees is for savings. Okay, so in this way the pie chart is constructed. Do you have any confusion, any question in any step of constructing
No,
pie
sir.
chart?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, have you understood it clearly? Will you be able to construct the pie charts now by your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now if so, then let's move on to next question. Question number 2. Question number 2 says, Mr. Rice monthly expenditure is rupees 10,800. The diagram on the diagram shows or is the pie chart showing her expenditure, showing his, Mr. means his expenditure on different headings. In different headings, work out how much was spent under its heading. Okay, I left H here. Under its heading. Okay, the pie chart is like this. This one is pie chart. Now it has given as, the pie chart has given us as, okay, this one section, 2 sector, 3 sector, and then 4, and then 5. Okay, the degrees are, this one is for rent is 70 degrees. This one is for miscellaneous and it is of 50 degrees, and this one is Okay, let's make it as 30 degrees. It is 50 degrees is for transportation, and this one is 60 degree is for study, and 150 degrees is for food. Okay, this is the pie chart of expenditure done by Mr. Rai. Now his monthly expenditure is 10,800. So out of 10,800, he has done various various expenditure on different headings. Like for rent it's 70 degrees, for miscellaneous it's 30 degrees, for transportation it is 50 degrees, for study 60 degrees, and for food it's 150 degrees. Now we need to find out how much was spent on each heading. Means 70 degree means how much amount does it represent. Similarly 30 degrees means how much amount is that. 50 degrees for transportation means what will be the total amount. Means we need to find out this in amount. That is our work. Now for this, here, now let's start from rent. Rent is equal to 70 degrees. Rent is equal to 70 degrees. Now we need to convert this into amount, right? So 70 degrees is equal to, we need to divide 70 over 360. Out of 360 degrees, it is 70 degrees. In angle, if we represent it in angle, then it will be 360 degrees. It is 360 degrees. So if the values are given in angle, then we need to divide it by 360. Now if we need to convert this into amount, then what is our total amount? What is the total amount or total expenditure here? It's given here as 10,800. Now we need to multiply it by 10,000 and 10,800. This will convert this angle into amount. This will convert angle into amount. It is similar to that of conversion of the percentage into the value. So when the percentage is to be needed to convert into values, we do, if there is 10%, then we do 10 by 100 into the total, to convert the percentage into values. Now so we have done here to convert the angles into values also. The same process is this. Now similarly miscellaneous expenditure is 30 degrees. It is 30 over 360 into 10,800. Similarly transportation is 50 degrees. It is 50 over 360 times 10,800. And similarly there is 60 degrees for study. Study is 60 degrees, which is equal to 60 over 360 times 10,800. Now how much will come? Now lastly there is food. Food is 150 degrees. Food is 150 degrees. It's 150 over 360 into 10,800. Okay. Can you find the values now? Can we find values or not?
Yes, sir.
10,800 divided by 360. Let's do this at first. It is 30. Means when we cancel this 10,800 by 360, it becomes 30. 30. In all this, it is 30. When 360 cancels 10,800, it becomes 30, not 80. It is 30. 360 cancels 10,800, it becomes 30. It becomes 30. Now after this, we just need to multiply these two values. 30 multiplies with 70. 30 multiplies with 70 and becomes 2100. 30 times 30 is 900. 50 times 30 is 1500. 60 times 30 is 1800. 6 3s are 18 and 2 zeros. 5 3s are 15 and 2 zeros. Hey, 3 threes are 9 and 2 zeros. 5 threes are 21 and 2 zeros. Here also 15 times 3 is 45 and 2 zeros. That means these are the amounts. These are the amounts that we are asked. Means rent is for rupees 2100. Miscellaneous expenditure is 900 rupees. Transportation is 1500 rupees. Study is 1800 rupees and food for 4500. Hence, okay, let's conclude this one. Rent equals rupees 2100. Miscellaneous rupees 900. Transportation rupees 1500. Study rupees 1800 and food rupees 4500. Okay, is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't have any confusion on this, right? Okay, is this finished? Copying these?
Yes, sir.
So then I'll give one question for you. It is DIY. I'll make a circle here, or I'll make one pie chart. Now based on this pie chart, you need to answer the questions. Okay, this one is wages. Wages is 150 degrees. This one is fuel, 40 degrees. This one is rent for 50 degrees. This one is raw materials for 120 degrees. 120 degrees it is raw materials. Now the question is the pie chart shows the expenses of small manufacturing firm. Total expense is 144,000 in a month. Calculate the expenditure on its heading. Do it by yourself now. The process is same as the previous question. Okay, do it by yourself. Wages 150, fuel 40 degrees, rent 50 degrees, raw materials 120 degrees.
Fuel equals to rupees 16,000. Rent equals to rupees 20,000. Raw materials equals to rupees 48,000. Wages equals to rupees 60,000.
16.
60.
Arivan, is this the same? You answers also.
Wages equals 60,000. Raw materials equals 48,000. Fuel equals 16. Rent, yeah.
Rent 20, right? Okay, then it's correct. Now let's move to next type of question then. Next type of question number next. Okay, the question is the pie chart given alongside shows the words secured by three candidates A, B and C in an election. If A secured 5,760 votes, how many votes did C secure? Second is who secured the least vote, and how many votes did he secured? Okay, this is the question, and the pie chart is okay, this is the pie chart, and this one is A is 120 degrees, this is B, this is C, 140 degrees. Okay, this is the information given up to us. Now based on this information we need to find out the given questions. We need to answer the given questions. Okay, the pie chart given alongside shows the votes secured by three candidates A, B and C. Here A has secured 120 degrees and B is not given this value, and C is represented by 140 degrees. Means the number of votes are represented in terms of degrees here in this pie chart. Now we need to answer these questions. The first question says that how many votes did C secure? A C means 140 degrees should be converted into number of votes. B, it's not provided to us, and who secured the least vote? We need to find out the least vote as well. And how many votes did he secure? This is the second question. And the value that is given here, this 5,760 votes, it's not the total vote. In the previous questions, the total values were given there, like the previous question that we did just now has the total expenditure given by the question. Similarly, the earlier question had also given the total value, but here in this question the total value is not given, means total votes are not given, and the value that is 5760 is the votes secured by candidate A. It's given to us, it's not the total. So that is why from the number of votes secured by A we need to find the total amount of votes that has been casted. Okay, for that, before finding the total, let's find out the number of degrees of B, because the number of degrees are not given here. Here number of degrees of A plus B plus C equals to, it should be 360, right? A complete circle, a complete rotation has 360 degrees, and A it's given as 120, B is not provided, C is 140, is 360. Now how much it will be? 120 plus 140, it is 260. B copied as it is, 120 plus 140 is 260. 0 plus 0 becomes 0, 4 plus 2 is 6, 1 plus 1 is 2, b plus 260 equals, it is 360. Now, b equals to 360 minus 260, 360 minus 260, which is equal to 100 degrees. Now, we got the angle of B also, it is 100 degrees. Okay, if any sector has missed the number of degrees, then we can find out in this way, just taking the sum of angles of all those sectors and equating with 360 degrees, because it is a complete rotation, it is a complete circle which consists 360 degrees. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after this, now look at this, look at here, this is 5760 boards secured by A. 5760 is the number of boards secured by A, and in terms of angle, it is 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Now, we are not provided here with the total number of boards. Total number of boards are not provided. So, we can assume that total number of boards as x. Let total number of boards equals to x. Now, what we can do is, number of boards secured by which candidate? A. A is 5760, 5760, 5760. Now, in angle it is 120 degrees. Look at this value. This is the board secured by A, and whenever it is represented in angle, it is 120 degrees. In number, it is 5760. Now, the number of degrees should be converted into angle, into numbers by 120 over 360. Now, 120 degrees over 360 degrees into total number of boards. Total number of boards is x equals 5760. Okay, have you understood this? It is the way of converting the angle into the number that we did in previous question also. Or do you have any confusion here?
Yes, sir.
Anushya and Agesi, do you have any confusion on this?
No, sir.
Okay, if so, then we can cancel it. The 0 cancels 0, 12 1s are 12, 12 3s are 36. Now we got 1 times x. 1 times x is x over this 3 equals 5760. Now this will go up and multiplies with 5760. We will get x equals 5760 times 3, which is equal to, now let's multiply it, 5760 times 3 is 17,280. Now x means total number of boards. Therefore, total number of boards equals to 17,280. This is the answer. This is the total number of boards. But the question has asked us, how many boards did C secure? C is 140 degrees. C is 140 degrees. Now we need to convert this 140 into number. First number. Number of boards secured by candidate C equals how much? Is it 140 degrees? It is 140. 140 degrees divided by 360 times total number of board is 70,280. Okay, let's find it. Let's find it. 17,280 times 140 divided by 360. It will be 6720. It is our answer. It is the number of votes secured by candidate C. Second, the second question has asked us, look at this, who secured the least vote? Now, can you tell who secured the least vote among these A, B and C? By looking this number of degrees? Agyasri?
Sir, I think B.
Right. The number of degrees of B is 100 degrees, which is the least among these A, B and C. A is 120, C is 140 and B is 100. Means it is the least value. So that is why you can say B secured the least vote. Hey, directly you can write here as B secured least vote. And secondly, it has asked us to find the number of votes also. So number of votes equals, what's the number of what's the degree? Number of degrees? It's 100, right? 100 divided by 360 times 17,280. 17,280 is the total number of votes. Now, in order to convert the number of degrees into number of votes, we need to divide that number of degrees of that particular person, particular candidate by 360 and multiply it by 17,280, which is the total number of votes. So, it will be 100 times 17,280 divided by 360. It will be 4,800. So, this is the total number of votes secured by candidate B. Okay, in this way we need to convert, or we can convert the number of degrees into number of votes also. Any confusion?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, do you have any question on today's solutions, today's session?
No, sir.
No, sir.